General Hospital spoilers reveal that Drew's downfall plan has officially been confirmed, and this time, everything has been meticulously arranged to ensure that he won't escape the impending collapse. But the most shocking part isn't the familiar enemies like Tracy or Curtis, but Willow, who once stood by Drew's side but is now the one to deliver the final blow. This is not just a calculated act of revenge, but a betrayal from the one person Drew least expected, a just punishment that fate had already prepared for him. The shifts in Port Charles's power dynamics are proving that Carly and Mina's plan has been completely successful. These two women, who have always had a deep animosity towards each other, have now found a common goal, to take down Drew, who has deceived and betrayed them in different ways. Carly, who once trusted Drew, has watched as he not only betrayed her trust but also put her in harm's way. Meanwhile, Mina, who had been exploited by Drew for his own benefit, is ready for revenge. Both of them understand that the only way to regain control of their lives is to bring Drew down, and Willow is the key to making this plan succeed. Willow had no idea she had become a pawn in Carly and Mina's hands, until she uncovered the truth herself. When Drew's secrets are revealed, she realizes she can no longer live in lies. At first, she tries to hold on to the trust she once had in Drew, but as the pieces fall into place, she sees that he's been manipulating her from the start. Willow understands that if she doesn't act now, the next person to be deceived could be herself, or worse, the people she loves. The engagement party between Willow and Drew was meant to be a significant moment in their lives, but it turns out to be a well-rehearsed performance designed to trap Drew in a position from which he cannot escape. Carly and Mina have set the stage for the greatest revelation Port Charles has ever seen. Tracy, Curtis, Jason, and those who once trusted Drew are all there to witness the truth. When the crucial moment arrives, Willow stands before everyone, looking directly at Drew, and begins to expose everything. Unquestionable evidence is presented, everything from shady dealings and endless lies to secrets Drew has been hiding all along. But the most terrifying moment for Drew is when Willow faces him, no longer with the eyes of someone who once loved him, but with the eyes of someone ready to destroy him completely. Carly stands beside her, satisfied to see her plan unfold perfectly. Mina can't hide her satisfaction as she watches Drew finally get what he deserves. But it's Willow who makes this moment unforgettable. Not only does she expose Drew in front of everyone, but she also bluntly declares that leaving Michael for Drew was the biggest mistake of her life. Drew tries to justify himself, but no one believes him anymore. Willow doesn't give him a chance to explain. She slaps Drew hard in front of everyone, a final verdict for him. Drew's nightmare isn't just about losing Willow. He has lost everything, his honor, the trust of everyone, and the position he fought so hard to build. When the party ends, he stands alone, as all of Port Charles turns its back on him. With no one left to trust, no one left to lean on, Drew finally understands that he no longer has a place in this city. Willow walks away without looking back, officially ending everything with Drew. She has become the one to finish him off, not out of hatred, but because she can no longer allow herself to be deceived. Carly and Mina have achieved their goal, but it is Willow who truly put the final nail in Drew's coffin. From this moment on, nothing will ever be the same. Drew has been dethroned, and Willow has shown that she is no longer the weak woman who believed in lies. She has become a strong woman, ready to take back control of her life. And Port Charles, after this storm, will continue to witness new changes that no one could have predicted. Drew is about to be eliminated, but what he leaves behind is not just a gap in personal relationships but a power vacuum full of temptation. Drew's legacies, especially Aurora Media and his stake in ELQ, are becoming highly coveted prizes, sparking a new battle where powerful forces in Port Charles will clash. This competition is not just a business deal, it is a battle for power, loyalty, and honor. Curtis, who usually avoids financial power struggles, has now changed his perspective. With what he has lost and the challenges he has faced, Curtis realizes that if he wants to have true influence in Port Charles, he can no longer stand on the sidelines. Aurora Media represents a rare opportunity for Curtis not only to solidify his finances but also to expand his influence in the media world. He understands that controlling information means controlling power, and he is prepared to play this game boldly. But Curtis is not the only one with ambitions for Aurora Media. Carly, who once controlled a strong business empire but has lost so much in recent times, sees Aurora as a way to rebuild herself. After facing defeat and loss, Carly doesn't want to just stand by and watch others control the game. She knows that if she can win Aurora, she will have a chance to protect herself from future shocks. And more importantly, she cannot let anyone else control it, especially Curtis or anyone who might threaten her position in the city. Jason, who had previously stayed out of business battles, is now drawn into this whirlwind, not only for Carly's sake but also for the greater good. He doesn't care about money or business power, but if Curtis or anyone else can use Aurora in ways that are less than transparent, he can't let that happen. Jason has never been fond of business politics, but when Carly is in danger or pushed out of the game, he's ready to step in to ensure that the only people who control this situation are the ones he trusts. But the issue doesn't stop at Aurora Media. Drew's stake in ELQ is also becoming a hot topic. ELQ is not only a financial powerhouse, but also a symbol of power within the Quartermain family. With Drew gone, who will claim his stake in ELQ? Can Curtis jump in and seize the opportunity to cement his position? Or will Carly find a way to manipulate the board members to take that stake? Tracy will certainly not sit idly by and watch outsiders like Curtis or Carly infiltrate ELQ. She has always protected ELQ as part of her family's legacy, and she will not allow anyone outside the Quartermain family to control it. Tracy may try to manipulate the situation, teaming up with Ned or other influential figures in the company to block Curtis and Carly. But if Carly finds a way to convince the board that she's the better leader, ELQ could see a change no one anticipated. However, the scariest part isn't just who will control Aurora or ELQ, but the consequences this power struggle might bring. Curtis may not be familiar with the games of power in the financial world, but if pushed to the wall, he may do anything to win. Carly, though a skilled businesswoman, could also find herself in danger if she makes the wrong bets. Jason might get caught up in schemes that even he can't control. One thing is certain, Drew's downfall is not the end, it's just the beginning of a new battle. As the ambitious players rush into the game to claim what Drew left behind, Port Charles will witness a storm of power that no one can predict the outcome of. Can Curtis beat Carly? Can Carly pull Jason into the fight and find a way to reclaim her position? And most importantly, who will control Aurora and ELQ when everything settles? The answers are still ahead, but one thing is certain. This storm will not end without someone paying the price. Jason is preparing to gain custody of Danny and Scout from Drew, marking a major shift in his legal and family battles. While Drew is on the verge of collapse, Jason is ready to prove that he is the one who can bring stability and safety to the two children. But just as he thinks victory is within his grasp, an unexpected event occurs. Willow is pregnant with Drew's child. This news immediately upends all plans and complicates the situation even further. Willow, who had once wanted to sever all ties with Drew after his truth was exposed, now has to face a reality she can't avoid. She is carrying the child of the man she once loved, but also the man she revealed to all of Port Charles. This is not only an emotional challenge but also an internal struggle that pulls Willow between the past and the future. This event also pulls Nina into the center of the story in a way she could never have anticipated. Once someone who hated Drew for what he had done to her, Nina now finds herself connected to this situation through Willow. Willow may be trying to deny Drew's role in her life, but Nina knows it's not so simple, especially when the child is born and will always be a part of Drew. Willow's pregnancy not only changes the course of the custody battle between Jason and Drew but also presents a completely new challenge for Nina and Willow. They now must face not only the consequences of Drew's past but also decide what's best for the child's future. Willow may have the intention of raising the child without Drew's involvement, but will Jason accept that? Will he allow Willow to maintain distance from Drew, or will other forces try to use the child as a pawn in the power struggle? At the same time, Nina understands that Willow cannot face this alone. Despite their deep conflicts in the past, they are now united by a common goal. to protect Willow from Drew's influence and ensure that the child is not dragged into the mess Drew created. While Nina and Willow try to navigate this situation, Jason continues to fight for custody of Danny and Scout. He's not only going up against Drew, but also facing others who might use Willow's pregnancy as a tool to regain power. This could drag Jason into a bigger battle than ever before, where every move could affect not just his life but also the future of Danny, Scout, and Willow's unborn child. Things are becoming increasingly complicated, with new schemes, tested relationships, and secrets slowly being revealed. What will Willow do when she can no longer escape her ties to Drew, even though she tried to distance herself from him? Can Jason win custody of Danny and Scout as the situation grows more chaotic? And Nina, with her new role, will she be able to help Willow navigate these turbulent waters, or will she be dragged into a larger battle she never expected? One thing is certain, this story is far from over. As tensions escalate, no one can predict who will truly control the game, who will lose everything, and who will emerge victorious in this tense power struggle. Monica's final letter has been sent, carrying an unmistakable message: Drew's end is near. There is no more room for redemption, no excuses that can change the situation. No matter what Drew tried to hide or the plans he secretly carried out, everything has now led to an inevitable conclusion. Drew's downfall is no longer a prediction or a threat, it is happening right before everyone's eyes, and this time, no one can save him. Monica, once one of the few who still believed in Drew, has finally made the hardest decision of her life. No matter how much she wanted to protect him, the evidence against Drew is too clear. His actions have hurt too many people, destroyed too many relationships, and now, with everything laid bare, Monica has no choice but to end the connection between him and the Quartermain family. But the letter is not just a statement, it is a sentence. Monica has not only cut off all protection for Drew, but she has also declared that he has no place at GH, no support from the family, and, above all, no allies in the city who can save him from this fate. It is an unofficial expulsion, a complete boycott. If Drew thought he could find a way to turn things around, this letter serves as his final warning: everything is over. But as Drew leaves GH, the consequences he has left behind will continue to spread, not easily erased. Those he manipulated, betrayed, or even exploited will not let him go without paying the price. Carly, Jason, Willow, Curtis, all have their own reasons for wanting to see Drew face justice, but the question remains: what will they do when he is no longer there to face the consequences? Willow, who once loved Drew, now finds herself in an unimaginable situation. She had decisively cut ties with him after the truth about his lies was exposed, but now another truth pulls her into a new mess: she's pregnant with Drew's child. This is not only a spiritual challenge but also a turning point that could completely change her future. Willow might try to deny Drew, but how can she when the baby inside her is still part of him? This information also drags Nina into the game in a way she never imagined. Despite still harboring bitterness over what Drew did to her, Nina cannot ignore the reality that Willow, her daughter, with whom she has fought so hard to build a relationship, is now facing the most important decision of her life. Willow might be trying to stay strong, but Nina knows that she cannot face this alone. They need to figure out how to handle this situation before it spirals into an uncontrollable crisis. Meanwhile, Jason is still in the legal battle for Danny and Scout, and Drew's departure may be a significant turning point. But will that be enough for him to win? Willow's pregnancy could completely shift the power balance. Will this child become a reason for someone else to rise up and restore Drew's honor? Will the Quartermain family accept this child as part of them, or will they do everything to reject it, just as they did with Drew? Curtis, who once wanted to stay out of these power struggles, now realizes he has been pulled into a bigger game than anything he ever imagined. With Drew's collapse, Aurora Media and his ELQ shares have become a tempting prize, and Curtis knows that if he doesn't seize this opportunity, someone else will. But who has the ambition to claim what Drew left behind? Carly, who once ran a business empire successfully, won't easily let Curtis or anyone else take what Drew once owned. But the story isn't just about power, it's also about the consequences Drew has caused. He may be gone, but his legacy remains. His mistakes have left scars on those around him, and even though he is no longer in Port Charles, the damage he caused continues to affect those he was once close to. Willow may want to protect her child from Drew's shadow, but can she truly do that? Nina may want to help Willow, but will she be able to stay out of it when everything is so deeply connected to her? Carly may want to control what Drew left behind, but is she ready to face off against Curtis and other forces? And Jason, can he protect Danny and Scout from all these troubles, or will he too be dragged into a battle he can't control? Drew's departure is not the end, it's just the beginning of a new storm. The power struggles, the secrets exposed, and the ambitious players eyeing the vacuum he left behind. No one knows who will win this game, but one thing is for certain, Port Charles will never be the same again.